I'm Winston Brown of Raleigh-Durham Radio Control Club, and we're at Nall in the Fall. Club member Thomas and a gentleman Scott from the Charlotte area were at the pond flying when, would you believe, Pat Hartness came by and asked us to take a tour.
Developing the 450 acres that I did the same stunt on 50 years ago.
Wow.
My house is now the lobby of Hotel Hartness. But I'm going to tell you all about this.
Okay.
We brought this up here. This is 40 feet out in the lake.
Right.
And that's on a 7% grade.
Right.
And those markers are there so that a PBY or a big seaplane can taxi up there or taxi down and go.
I never knew that a seaplane could actually
Oh
come
yeah,
out here.
I'm aware of that. That I'm aware of.
We've got to take a little dirt off here to mellow it up.
Okay.
We'll be able to get certified to be a sea base.
Okay.
And I want to show you another thing. It is a mile long. And you don't know it's a mile long, but it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you from here how you can see back up in the lake a mile. So if somebody's landing, we ask them to land on the runway, 7,000 feet here.
Correct.
Come over, we show them the peculiars of landing on this lake.
Oh, yeah.
So when you clear this structure here,
Yes.
you have almost 5,000, a little bit kink up at the end.
Right through there. Right through there. Yes.
And
Yes.
that's much wider than you think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we tell them, and we would paint a line here, so that would be the alignment.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
That's cool.
Okay.
The one
never
problem
even
is when
knew.
you take off, you have to go up there and come back this way.
Right.
And if you go too far and you try to turn, you don't have reverse in the airplane.
That's correct.
So you have a heap of trouble.
You gotta get that turn right the first time.
Carry paddle.
Be a beaver, right?
Yeah.
Have a beaver with a paddle.
So I'm going to go. Now,
This is pretty cool.
this was the first major project we built. This is 200,000 yards of dirt on
Yes.
this earthen dam.
Okay.
And it took 2 years to build it, and then 180 yards of concrete in that structure.
Oh, really?
So it runs out down here, 400 feet below it. So that was major. And once we got that, we said time to build a runway.
Right.
9 years later, we had the runway fixed.
It's amazing.
So
I love your airport call sign, by the way.
yes, it's South Carolina.
SC00.
Yeah.
we were
exactly.
happy with that.
Exactly. I remember looking at that.
Yep.
That breeze feels good.
Oh, that breeze does feel good now.
I can speed in this one. I have a lithium ion.
No, this thing's scoot.
We're gonna stay on the roadway with this.
I'm not gonna get arrested, but
You sure not? Hey, hang on, you guys. We got power. We got power.
Unbelievable.
He got a full charge.
Yeah.
okay. Now the swimming area is brand new.
Is that what that is? I wasn't sure what the deal was there.
Yeah, and we put sand in there. And,
Okay.
I don't think we've really promoted it yet, but
Right.
it's less than waist deep.
Yeah.
Okay. That gives you a little break there for swimming.
Yeah.
Got it.
That little sycamore tree there is 2 years old. When it gets 4,
Yes.
it starts to give shade. And
Okay.
then when it's 6 years old, we'll have it higher enough so people can park full motor homes under it.
Under it. Exactly
Now,
right.
I'm going to caution you about one thing with sycamore trees that I found
Okay.
out. There is a caterpillar. That
Yeah.
and we had trouble back at my friend's house, and we thought we had some of those caterpillars here, but I think it's a different one, fortunately.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you got to watch out for those.
They get some diseases. And these are live oak trees here, and that's our theme because they give a lot of shade.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Gorgeous.
They sure do.
A good example of the shade they will give, hey guys, would be right here. And we planted this one about 18 years ago.
Okay.
Look how much shade. Yeah, I saw this. I think this was new. This hanging.
The swinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a sawmill on the property, and we're going to saw up a lot of lumber and make a lot of swings and sets. It's just been real busy trying to get it ready where people could have bathrooms and facilities and roads.
correct.
And piping and,
Your bathrooms are
The top notch best.
they are the epitome of camping style bathrooms if you go to camp somewhere that everybody talks about.
we call it rugged elegance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is where we are going to be building our new building, and I'll show you what the building's going to look
okay.
like.
Okay.
But
So
we
this,
made
you
a-
said the crater. Is
but
that
we
what you
made the crater, and we, with volunteers, brought every bit of dirt that used to be a hill with trees on it, not as high as this hill.
Correct.
But we took that dirt and made that basin and brought it up and put it out here around
Okay.
22,000 yards of dirt.
To fill in here.
So
Exactly.
we can mow this with our Toro mowers and
Oh yeah, the right
watering
ones.
it and trying to get it nurtured. But the reason we want to put the building here, post and beam, it'll be all pegged together, no metal, no welding, and you'll be able to look out at this magnificent view.
Oh, the view is gorgeous. Yeah, I was over here yesterday, just looking out. So this is where the barbecue is taking place tonight?
Yes, sir.
I'll be right here.
Right here.
I'll be right here.
Another live oak. We used to have 9 umbrellas there, and it was
Okay.
a constant maintenance problem.
Indeed, indeed.
Those
Gentlemen.
I remember sitting
All right.
sitting around that oak eating one evening.
You were
We're getting a
asking,
personal tour.
you were asking about how we get all this work done. You can see my volunteers are busting their ass.
And volunteers are working hard right now.
This is the planning commission.
Oh, planning committee. That's how you do it. Report back soon.
We have a good plan. Planning on
Boy, we have a good plan.
Bull dog.
And it involves that tree you're sitting under.
Watch those ice chests right there. They're full.
Winston, our kitchen used to be inside of there.
Right.
We had P-51 Spartan executive steerman. There's something,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what's gonna happen? That son of a bitch catches on fire.
Oh.
It's gonna burn y'all out. So we were smart enough to
Put the
build
kitchen
this.
aside. Set it aside. That's right.
Yeah,
Put the kitchen right there.
that's nice.
Indeed.
Every
Indeed.
time I come here, there's some new.
They're
It's
all,
continuing to move
This is a
forward.
work in progress.
There you
Like
go.
a
Work in
company.
progress. Exactly.
This is a winged elm tree, and we are studying to become arborists,
Arborists.
several of us, so that we can declare this an arboretum.
Exactly.
And we could give you an education on some of the trees and shrubberies that we plant that would
Okay.
make it help official for our 501c3.
Correct.
This is the building nobody knows about. Y'all may have been in here. I don't know.
I haven't
right
seen it in
here?
a long time.
I
It's
came
a long
in-
time.
I came in. This is the. You're talking about right here in the tank?
Yes.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, I brought my son here one time. Here one time and got to see
Been a long time.
something that was being worked on here. I'd never seen in this building before.
Remember, we're 50% full scale and 50% radio, and radio first. Because radio has been 42 years, and it's what's given us the courage to make this and give this place.
Yeah.
Because it got too big for my house, and I literally was petitioned out over there with 180 signatures that we are sick and tired, and it was by the court
Really?
system.
Oh.
We are tired of the W-A-W-A-W-A,
Yes.
row after row after row. And we ceased and quit. So that's why we came
Man.
here.
Okay.
So sometimes when I blow the horn, when one of them gets up and goes,
Indeed. I'm thinking of air cam. Look at that home built.
we built that in our shop, and that
Right.
was a product of Triple Tree with a good professional help.
Exactly. Hence the numbers TT.
I haven't seen this fly lately. This time around, usually I see it fly once or twice all year. But I haven't seen it fly.
We had it down on hand. But this is what we take every kid will ride in and we solo on the
Ah, that's a great.
Winston, well, if you're still running up your film, I want to tell you, this is my trainer here,
Okay.
and this is the SIG Cadet.
SIG. Yep. Exactly.
that I use, and it runs on gasoline. It's got a 40-ounce tank, and I run it 2.5 hours and then land it and fill it up and run it 2.5 more. But
That's
it
the
don't have
same
to
motor.
charge the batteries because it's got a 5,000 mil.
Yeah. That's the same motor I have. The FG11. Sato 4-stroke
And it
gas.
just absolutely
Awesome.
runs beautiful.
Awesome. I have it on my little Bonanza. Awesome.
So you can see it's not even wiped up.
All
And
right.
then if I lose that one, I have this one with the same engine, and then I have 3 more.
Oh, okay.
So those are all with the same engine on it,
Well, look at this.
and that's what I use to train.
Perfect.
I should have been recording this myself.
Perfect.
Okay, now,
I'll share.
we call this 50-50. 50%
Yes.
full scale, that's infant annual.
Correct.
You see, it's radio control everywhere in the ceiling and all over.
Correct.
Let me show you, if you have a breakdown, kind of what you are welcome to do. If we keep this wide open
Yes.
with these workbenches, got the good light there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can come in and let me show you kind of how far we've gone with doing it.
You can work on a project. I was told.
You need 440, you need 832.
Look at that. He's got a wall of hardware.
Oh my gosh. Look at
Oh,
the hardware.
Definitely more organized than I am.
Well, we're trying to get extremely organized, Scott, because we have so many people using it.
oh yeah.
But if you need to come in here, we've got the Monocoat, we've got the glue, we have
Okay.
the brass, we have
Brass, yeah.
we have other places. And if you
Awesome.
need to really get into it, this is every motor and landing gear and fabric tape and stuff that we've had.
No kidding.
So
Amazing.
So, do you run this as a club? Like, are there people that are part of the club that just come and fly
These are
here?
volunteers, and we
Okay.
have no officers, and we have nobody to bitch to. And nobody can bitch if you don't have somebody that you don't like.
True.
And if you don't want to come, you don't have to come. And it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of clubs, there's just somebody fighting a whole lot of the time.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's
Correct.
sad, because
True.
it should be fun. It's about
Fun.
people, it's not about
That's
airplanes.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's not about a boss. Now, we do have, our rules are where we just don't fly here all the time.
Right.
But boy, when we're having a meeting, we open it up at 8 o'clock until dark.
Exactly.
You come, and if you volunteer and you want to fly that afternoon, you're welcome.
What can you do, sir?
But this is what our new flight deck that we'll be putting out on that point will look like.
Okay.
And this will be the post and beam building.
Right.
This will be open through, and this will be all open where you can walk in and out.
Okay.
We'll have a projection screen to come down here with a projector in the front.
Okay.
We'll have a kitchen back here, but no bathrooms in it.
Okay.
We don't like to have clean bathrooms. We got other bathrooms to use close by.
As needed. That's right.
And then on Friday night, who knows, you might catch me up there. I used to drink Bud Light, but they won't sell them to me anymore, so I maybe have to drink a Yangling or something.
That's actually what I switched to.
Really?
The light
Did you?
version of it. I really did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't drink that often, but that's what I switched to when I do.
Okay.
I like it.
This is gonna be
So
nice to
every
see.
building like this is gonna need some lighting, right?
Of course.
Look over there in that box.
You got
Oh, I
skylight?
saw those over there.
Oh,
Those
Oh, the
chandeliers.
chandeliers.
I was wondering what they were there for. Okay.
Oh, where did you ship them from?
They came out of my house in Greenville when Hotel Hartness went in.
Really?
I had a great room that those went, and they said those are trashy old things. We're gonna put new stuff in there. And boy, what they put in is spectacular. But I like those pretty much.
Piece of a classic piece right there.
Yeah. Wow.
That is awesome.
I think it's got about 80 lights in each one. Oh, yeah. Wow. We can afford it no more than we go right, but we will.
That's amazing right there.
This was the last model I was a part of building, and I had a time of my life because we had a lot of young people that helped.
Yes.
And when we were building ribs like this, we had 28 of these ribs, and we built the jig
Okay.
so everybody could come in, and we would insist they cut them good.
Right.
We didn't want to glue them in. We wanted to stick them in and then make them stay.
Okay.
So we built the ribs. Then we had to build a spa that would pass the muster, so we use aircraft spruce with light plywood and cut circles in there.
Okay.
That's what's running straight up over here.
Correct.
That gives it the rigidity, you know, to
Support
give
it.
us the flying capability.
Oh yeah.
And the strut, this is the strut here.
Correct.
And we just built
An airplane.
a Sitka spruce box and
Oh.
epoxied that together.
Okay.
So that's 9 feet long, attached with bolts down there.
Right.
So that's really what's carrying it. But
Oh.
we airfoiled that.
Of course. Of course.
So it was a commitment of how you build an airplane light. Can't weigh but 125 pounds and how big.
Right.
Is that right? Is that all that it would be?
It's 124 and a half.
Wow.
It weighed
Amazing.
138. We put it on a diet.
Of
If you
course.
take a pound off the tail, you can take 3 off the nose. So we went back and rebuilt our tail wheel, which was way too heavy, and we got 1.5 pounds out of it. So then we took our plexiglass. This is real plexiglass here,
Okay.
and we had real plexiglass. We put Monocoat in it. We got rid of 10 pounds of plexiglass in all of our windows.
Okay.
So you know about building with balsa wood.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
likewise.
goes here.
Okay.
Look back in there at the
Sorry.
holes. You see the holes?
Yes,
Holes
indeed.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Lightning hose
And
for lighting?
light the frame. Light the frame. Right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, everything.
Oh yeah, that's a cool image actually right there.
So this is our Cones 220cc engine, 4-cylinder electric start. This is a 1 pound dummy engine.
Okay.
And then, of course, our power box
Power box
receiver and
series.
stuff
Mhm.
are right there.
Nice.
This is a 1 gallon tank that we made our fuel tank out of. That was paint thinner can. So we just put our float on it. You can see it floating.
It floats. No
That's a
kidding.
good idea.
No,
isn't it?
no gauge required.
No gauge required.
That's it.
Isn't that what a Cub had?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's in the same place.
Right.
And this is nothing but a thinner can, and we cut it off the top, soldered a piece of brass over, took that lid around and put it in another place.
Okay.
What
Nice.
kind of fuel do you burn in this?
We burn 100 gas with 30% oil.
30%. Okay.
Now the engine,
So like the aviation 100.
we do that so it
100
can
knots,
sit. It never gets old.
Yeah.
25 years, it won't get old.
Is that right?
And we use that 100 in all of our welders and stuff that we may only use once every 2 years.
Right.
So when you crank them, they
Stays.
crank up. They're not cankered.
Oh, I
you
didn't
don't
know
have
that.
to work
That's
on the carburetor. So it's a little bit more expensive. It's $5 a gallon
Right.
versus $3.50.
But it's well worth it for
Probably
longevity.
save money
Longevity.
on having
Every
to
time,
fix
save you
something.
money and
How
time.
much would you say that wheel weighs?
I'm gonna say. Oh my goodness! Is that fiberglass?
1 pound.
Yeah.
One
Oh, it's
pound wheel.
That's
cut
the
out.
prototype.
No kidding.
That's how we made it. Hey, Chris, hi.
That is
Look at that.
crazy.
Look
This,
at
this
that.
piece of 1/4 inch
Oh, in
goes
the
all the
middle?
way through it.
Okay.
And this right here, and that is the bearings in it. We just put a little bit of oil on them,
Correct.
and this is styrofoam. See, the piece of styrofoam was
Right.
1 inch.
And shaved it.
So that's
Wow.
how we made it.
No kidding.
Quite cool.
What this is an ace bandage that you would wrap around your
Right.
eye.
Exactly.
And we wrap it all the way around it and put a couple of pins in it, and then we wipe it with white glue like this,
Yes.
so we can recap it every couple of years.
No kidding. That's called a retread for you.
Yeah.
So this wing weighs 12 pounds,
That's it.
That is
covered with
amazing.
Dacron.
Okay.
That was a fun project.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
What's that back in the back? Did you make a picture of that?
Let me walk to the back
Right where the
side.
pilot would sit.
Your certificate? Let me see.
You got to figure out what that's for. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. I got to zoom in closer with glasses on.
Is that a candy drop or something?
Well, we could put it in there, but we'd have to dust it out first.
Let me zoom through.
It's
I wouldn't worry about it. We don't worry about me.
Standard.
we got a
I
linear.
can't believe I figured that
We
out.
got-
I've seen it done before. Down in
We
That-
have a linear
and-
servo on the
And,
bottom.
and then this one here is a candy drop.
About a 400 to 1 ratio. So to make it open this much, you have to hold it about 2 seconds.
Okay.
So when we get the airplane up with the ashes in it, we get the music playing. We
Yes.
play 4 songs, and then we don't preach or teach. All we do is crank it up with electric starter. We've already got it on the flight line. We know it's going to run, and the family comes and we tax it out, and it just a little silver goes across there, and we cut it off.
Right.
Come back and a little silver, and then when it's all over and we don't have any, we open it all the way up and let it blow Mary or Sam out of it. So
Okay.
I guess we could put candy in.
Okay.
I don't know.
sure.
You might want to clean it first.
Well, that's why I said maybe we'll
Right.
do the candy first.
Exactly right.
We actually had a conversation about this early in the week because I think my buddy had learned about the ashes and all. And then it was like, so you mean like every time we're walking around on the property,
Yes.
we're walking around on
Ashes. Ashes.
I saw
Period.
it. I saw that
Ash.
one time in Hodges Field. They did one.
You did
I
one?
saw that when they dropped it.
Well,
As
I've
a
been
memorial?
up in the real airplane trying to do it and get it out
That's
the
pretty
window,
cool.
but the Venturi, it'll whip around
Right.
and it'll choke you to death.
Oh,
And it's not a good thing.
that's
to
not a
do.
that's not a good.
So if the wind is blowing 3 miles an hour, we don't do this. We have a carbon cob over here
Okay.
with a Bollock 4 cycle,
Yeah.
real quiet,
Okay.
and we use it.
Okay.
But this is what we prefer to use.
Right, of course.
That is quite cool.
So,
Awesome.
anyway,
I'm sorry.
yes,
It's okay to use your little band something?
please do. Guarantee it, cut your fingers, but don't do it.
Don't do it.
I won't do it.
Help yourself. Anything you need over there.
All right,
You-
appreciate
Yes,
Tell,
sir.
tell him don't do it because he's parked next to me.
Oh.
And I have to do first aid.
No, I'm gonna let you take him to MD 360.
Exactly. We're right next to each other.
Do y'all know Jeff Weinmiller?
I do not.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Joe Nall, it has a Bollock 220cc
See that?
electric start engine on it.
Okay. Man,
Half scale space walker.
half scale, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna switch with you. Another motor's running in the background. Awesome. Twin Rotex.
The reason we like to carry the kids for the ride in that, it is twin engine. If
Yeah.
one engine goes out,
Yeah.
you don't need to do a thing but just keep going.
Keep it going.
And then
And with it
That
being
road- that
open
Rotex.
like that, that's got to be
oh, it's
spectacular.
nothing like it.
Yeah.
That Rotex is crazy. Amazing.
Model, but we will build it. And I mean, you'll be able to come in here and watch it happen during that week.
Right. Was it before you can actually come in and volunteer to work on that project?
Please do.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Please come in.
That's
and
correct.
help.
That's correct.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
It is a community
Awesome.
project.
Yes.
We built this contraption 4 years ago.
Okay.
Or right before the pandemic.
Right.
And they put that silly electric engine on it, motor, and it went down, and we had Jace Ducier to fly. You know who Jace is? He's the stunt guy of the world.
Right.
And he lifted up the tail and then let it down. He said, "This thing ain't gonna fly."
It's like doing Red Bull. Eventually they go off the edge and everything just drops down. Doesn't fly all the time, but it's okay. Engineering. Engineering. This is cool. This is cool, huh?
An angle like on our Spartan jacket, something. We open the door up, bring it in, shut it down.
Okay.
Air conditioning on it, and it's very
Right.
comfortable.
This is nice.
Like I said, I came during that COVID year when y'all did the 75.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember quite seeing planes.
No kidding.
I've been in here.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. This is loaded.
Let me show you guys where my son works. This is his office, and it's significant because not many people have a son who works in an office like this.
This is cool. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Awesome.
Somebody got their shirt tail cut, I see.
Yeah, that was Ben Templeton, I think, or Logan, one of the two.
Cobb. But it's the way Lindbergh had it built so he could fly across the ocean that
Correct.
night in 1927.
That's right.
Every fuel tank is in it. All the selector valves, if you look in there,
Sorry, Thomas.
including him with his earth compass right on his right knee. The little wind generator, it was not the wind, it
Right.
was to generate just enough power to make his earth compass work.
That's right.
He needed an electronic field that would keep it oriented.
That is correct.
I love that you can see everything, which is great in the learning center to be able to see kind of what's under the skin. And
Tanks on top.
Mr. Galt that built this for us built the Curtis Jenny, and he brought it up and says, "Pat, if you think it would be worthy, I'd like to leave it with you." And I said we'd kill for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take it back and cover it. And I said, if you did that, I don't think we would want it. Gave us that Stearman, and we went to look at it. We said, "Yes, ma'am, we'll take it."
No kidding.
Yes, ma'am.
Indeed.
Yeah, look at
It really is.
look at the crankcase and the engine. You can see, and we fly the ears off. The only thing she asked us to do is take a lot of young kids for a ride and help expand that passion.
Exactly.
Ben Templeton is 20 now that flew our Cub to all the states, and he is our primary person to take people for rides. But we think it's good to have him at 18 carrying somebody 70 years old to reverse it around and send it to her.
Right.
That young person is taking an old person for a ride.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Right. I'm sure she gets a lot out of that.
She gets a lot out of it.
That's great.
That's the way it came.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, touch it, look at it.
Oh, I did the other day. I came through here like, my gosh, look at this thing.
When I was in college,
just don't touch it.
I know.
Yeah, that
Fingerprints.
one you don't touch.
Fingerprints for days.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think they said it'll actually corrode it.
Oh, from our scores in the skin? Yes.
Yeah, that's my AMA number.
Right, okay, it's your AMA number.
That is a
That's the full scale.
that you flew.
It was full scale the first 400 hours I flew it.
It looks so small.
It does. That's what I kept saying. It was.
It just looks like a really yeah. Up close, it's a little bigger, but it's still so small compared to some of the others.
Yeah, it looked small for a moment there. It did. And I came here just the other day. I was on a Zoom call showing the guys what goes on here,
Okay.
and didn't know anything about the aircraft until now that it's yours.
It's mine, and I have
Oh, my gosh.
400 hours, and I got my tail wheel endorsement in a Satabria,
Right.
and I was building this. I had plenty of time, and I had my license.
Okay.
But the day that I flew it up and down the runway this high, and I would feel the pitch, yaw, and roll.
Right.
And then I had to wait till my federal examiner came,
Okay.
and he came at 5:30. It was early, in like a June,
Yeah.
and I knew I had 200 friends that wanted to come out, but I didn't want to let them see me get killed, so I asked him to come out at 5 o'clock, and we flew it successfully, and then we parked it, and we didn't ever tell anybody when they got out there at 9 o'clock that wasn't the first one.
That wasn't the first flight. Understood. Totally understood. Totally understood.
I was just a little bit modest about if it didn't really
If it didn't work out, right?
I got up 1,000 feet above the ground on my downwind leg, and I was looking out, and I could see the. So this is what Ben Temple. This was right in the middle of that pandemic.
Yes.
Nothing was happening.
Right.
So we asked him if he would like to stir up the nation and go for a ride in that and go to all 48 states.
Ah, okay.
He graduated from school, came out and climbed up in that, well planned with all of his gear, survival gear, knowing he's going to be over mountains and all kind of terrain.
Correct.
And he took off, and 34 days later, he came back with 180 hours with 160 FBOs, aircraft stops.
Stops. Exactly.
Look back on the tail. This is where the people signed his logbook. The logbook's the airplane.
Okay.
In an indelible pen. Big Ben, all kind of crazy. Lock Haven, Pennsylvania.
And
And,
stickers. Okay.
These were all 48 states, and he got somebody to sign it. But
How cool.
Sort of the witnesses of the.
oh yeah,
Yes.
that was his verification. He was there.
He was there, right?
The names that you see on it was controversial. We talked about putting them on it randomly,
Right.
in a written fashion,
Okay.
and we voted, and everybody said, let's just put them on it all over. And I'm glad we did, because this airplane is 40 years since it was rebuilt.
Okay.
And my son and I bought this in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, 40 years ago, out in front of the Golden Arches. It had just been rebuilt. It was beautiful, and it still doesn't look bad 40 years later.
Oh, no.
But we have all those names on it. We're not about to try to take them off.
Of course not.
So we're proud of it.
Of course.
How about these for being models of Brock? That's great.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
So I went from the boats plane.
Yes. Correct.
Or if Rob Williams was going to come up to make a presentation to y'all's club or something,
Okay.
he could fly it up and leave the next morning.
Is that right? Okay,
And then
great.
The Spartan Executive was the third airplane. I was making $157 a week when I built the boats plane.
Okay.
And things got better, and I bought the old Spartan Executive, and it was there. It was very comfortable to fly. But after I got my time in the Navy, it was quite a different airplane. But we don't come that wheel from my boat plane. So it's a big tail dragger. Are you familiar with the engine that's on that? That's the 450 horsepower.
Oh, no.
That came on at 85 years ago when they built it.
Okay.
They use that same engine on the Howland Beavers today.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
T12.
that's correct. Yeah.
Old-time Beach-18s.
Okay, well that's it. The next flight it'll take will be Hilton Head on the 3rd of November, and we'll be going to the car show.
Yes, indeed.
This is a big, huge car show that has almost be the only airplane there. If they were, so that's 985 cubic inches. Now you talk about the big block Chevys and stuff.
Tried to fly with the
No, we didn't
Well-
try. We knew that
Oh.
we had walked the rock
Oh man.
and the engine skipped, and we had to pull the engine out and send it back.
Wow.
It only had like 20 hours on it since we had just rebuilt it.
Oh no.
But it was hydraulic.
The top in his class became Top Gun.
Did it?
He flew this in an F-22 2 years ago. He carried it 15 Mach 2 point something, and then
Right.
he sent it to me after pulling 6 negative and 4 positives and 6 negatives. The next day he airmailed it to me, and I put it on my hat.
No kidding.
He is our top guy's name is Brent Maggart. Read about him. He's flown everything the military's had, including the A-10, everything, and he is the chosen top gun of all the Air Force.
Is that right?
And he excited and expands some passion right here,
No
flying
kidding.
model airplane,
Right here.
and taking a ride in that Stearman right back over there.
Is that amazing?
That's a good story to tell you guys.
Oh yeah.
So this is very dear to me. This has been supersonic, and it's been with him on his F-22 in his little green suit.
Okay.
Well, I'm sitting here with it's a totally different topic, but I'm sitting here wondering about the gauges you got up there. What?
Oh, for classroom.
Is that? It's for. Are those coasters?
For teaching.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what I had it glued on here so I'd know.
Which way is up?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm gonna put them all over everything.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be
They're
coasters?
coasters. Yeah,
So
well-
what y'all should do is y'all should be selling these things.
That's nice.
I didn't know what they look like foam.
No,
That's cool though.
They're really nice.
Those are
Where do you
real
get
dials,
those?
not the modern
I bought these in a raffle during the heli extravaganza they
Oh,
had.
really?
Wow.
And I love them. And
I wish that heli. When the very first time I came here, heli extravaganza was that weekend before E-Week started. So that was my first introduction. I didn't know where in the world I was. I came out here. I didn't get here until like 11:30 at night. So you know how dark it is when this event's not going on. The only one that was heli extravaganza. So it was like pitch black everywhere.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure my way out. But I went down there and got to enjoy a little bit of theirs, and then started with E-Week, and it was great.
No
But-
kidding. Non-stop stuff.
Oh man.
Good fun.
well, remember, guys, this is our airport. It doesn't belong to anybody.
Correct.
It is an experiment in aviation to see if by having these events we can make it go with a group of minimal people
Yes.
to take care of it. If it's going to work,
Okay.
so it'll be here.
Great.
That's the deal. That's what our board of directors, nobody gets paid except the people that don't necessarily fly airplanes, but they just have Nall enjoy. Rob Williams, our executive director, flew 727s and stuff. So
Oh really?
yeah, and he could leave us and go make more money, but he enjoys being at home every night,
Of course.
and he enjoys this art of doing something that's making us develop into an entity that's enviable and obvious to many people that aviation needed something like this.
big time.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody wants more connectivity on the internet down here, and we tell them to put it away and not have to worry about it, but we keep listening, so we may put a cell antenna somewhere.
Go flying. Go flying. Go flying. It's only when the wives call.
Well, actually, my work is also
Your work, your job
unfortunately-
calls.
Unfortunately,
Your job
but,
calls.
yeah.
Well, you
Well,
know
this
where I'm
has
going to
been
leave you guys and go.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
sir,
going to go
thank
buy
you
me
for
some
the,
chocolate and vanilla ice
Ice
cream.
cream.
Yeah.
I was
Well, I'm-
look thinking about the coffee. He had coffee this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like coffee ice cream.
Well, I got one better.
Sir,
We'll see
thank you so
you at
much
dinner.
for the tour.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you at dinner.
Good deal. I'll
We'll
see
see you
you
at dinner.
dinner.
Thank you very much for that
What a fun
entire
afternoon.
tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That is just so
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
I wish it was to sell, but we can't sell it.
Oh, no, it's okay. We
Just
can always
back,
come visit.
Come in and enjoy.
That's right. We love it. We love it. Thanks again. Thanks, Pat. That's great, man. What a great moment we had.
Absolutely.
With the man himself taking us on a personal tour.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely
that's
good.
You can't be. You know, this is going on the Facebook page and then some, or
Absolutely.
YouTube. This is
Price
awesome.
of admission, wasn't it?
It's worth past that because of him, the person himself.
I've sat with him eating up there for
Have you?
lunches or something.
Wow, that was an awesome adventure to have the man himself, Pat Hartness, come by and take you on a personal tour. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. From Joe Nall.